Hi there folks, and welcome back to another video. Now today I'm sharing something really personal, something that I've actually not shared in public before. My friends and family of course know, but it's not something that I've shared publicly on YouTube or on Facebook. Now, for the whole of my adult life, I've suffered with a skin condition called rosacea. And some of you guys may be familiar with rosacea, maybe this will be new to you, but basically it's a skin condition that affects normally your cheeks, your chin, your forehead, and it manifests in lots of different ways for different people, right? Commonly though, it's a burning of the skin, it's a reddening of the skin, it can cause sort of like itchy lumps under the skin. It's not a great condition. For me personally, it manifests as like a burning. I don't so much get reddening like most people do, but I get this burning, like I've been sat out in the sun for too long. And strangely, it sort of affects one side of my face more than the other, and it can burn and rage, and it's so uncomfortable, and it makes my skin dehydrated, it makes all the pores open up. And if it's particularly bad, I get these horrible big lumps under my skin. They're not spots, but they're like itchy, irritated spots that sort of just rage, and they can be there for weeks. And over the years that I've had this, nearly 20 years, I've periodically had antibiotics to help me to keep it under control. It's been a really difficult thing to live with, and I get periods where it's absolutely fine. In fact, I could go a whole year and then it can erupt again, and then I have a whole year of disruption. It depends what's going on in my life. It depends on how well I am. It depends on stress levels, all sorts of different things. They don't know the reason behind rosacea, although recent studies are sort of talking about the gut and the microbiome in the gut being the primary cause, but there's no cure for it either. So I've been on a journey through the NHS many times, and then through holistic practitioners, because this is something I have to live with. I have to live with it. I have to learn to live with it. And it's a really difficult thing. Anybody that has a skin condition or knows somebody that has a skin condition, whether that is rosacea or eczema, it could be psoriasis or even adult acne, will know how difficult this is. Now, I know there are way worse things in the world to live with. I appreciate that. But having a skin condition, especially on your face, really plays havoc with your self-esteem and your confidence, because, you know, when I'm having a particularly bad time, I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to record videos. I remember my sister's wedding 4 or 5 years ago, and it erupting, and I was bridesmaid, and it put a dampener for me on how I felt about myself, and putting on my lovely frock, and it was hard. And especially when I've got to get on stage and my skin isn't great and I'm out sort of, you know, in the public, it's difficult, really, really hard to live with. So you have to sort of manage the emotions. But I want to share with you today 3 physical things that I've done to really help with my skin. These are 3 things that have been a game changer for me in helping me to, I wouldn't say control, but manage this condition when I have flare-ups, and keeping my health generally in a good place. So I want to share these 3 things with you, I suppose in hope that they help you or help somebody that you know, because you can pass this video on and it could be a game changer for them. So I want to share 3 things that I really, really hope serve you. And what I want you to do is go and do your own research, right? Don't take my word for it. These are just 3 things that have helped me personally, but you need to go and do your own research, or seek medical advice, or do whatever you need to do that's right for you. So the very first thing that I started doing about 5 years ago was taking probiotics. So for years and years and years, I'd taken antibiotics to help me manage the condition. So what would happen, I'd get a flare-up, I'd go to the doctor, he'd give me a month's worth of antibiotics, I'd take them, my skin would get better temporarily, and then I'd have a relapse and it would flare up again. It was this sort of cyclical, you know, this cycle of taking antibiotics. And anyone that, you know, it's been publicised so well over recent years how bad long-term antibiotics can be for us, because it's like pouring bleach into your system, and it kills all the good bacteria, affects the microbiome, and if your gut isn't in a good place, it affects your immune system. So here's what happened for me, and this was quite a shock. Years and years of taking antibiotics basically manifested in me starting to get quite severe, no, not quite, very severe allergic reactions. Now, whilst they weren't anaphylactic reactions, they were severe enough for me to end up going to hospital to have it treated. So I'd eat certain foods and it would trigger some kind of reaction that would bring me out in the most horrific hives. just awful, like swelling of my face, etc. So what I'd done over the years of taking antibiotics was I'd wrecked my gut, and that's when my body became really sensitive to certain foods and chemicals. So I knew I had to stop taking antibiotics, and I very, very rarely take antibiotics now. It's an absolute last resort. And I started taking probiotics, and I would say 3 times a year or even once a quarter, I will take a dose of probiotics to basically repopulate the gut, because you know, all sorts of foods can deplete your gut, processed foods and dairy maybe, or sugar, for example. So I take probiotics to keep me in a good place. And I've had way less allergic reactions since I've been taking them. And on the whole, my skin, my rosacea is better. It doesn't stop me occasionally getting those flare-ups, but it is better, because I notice when I eat bad food, my rosacea will be triggered, it will flare up. Reminds me of I went to the cinema a month or so ago with the kids, and they had pick and mix, and not something I'd ever normally do, but I had a pick and mix full of jelly sweets and, you know, crap like that. Well, I paid for it the next day. I mean, literally my rosacea was raging as my body was trying to process all the chemicals and sugar and whatever was in those sweets. So I have to be careful what I eat, and probiotics just help me to keep in balance. So that's the first thing that I do. I use one called Udo's Choice, and it's called Super 8. If you want to go check it out on Amazon, read the reviews for yourself. Now, 2 of the things I want to share with you when I'm having a flare-up, so when my skin is raging, for whatever reason, whatever's triggered it, and it's burning, that's how it feels for me. The very first thing I do is take off my makeup. I strip off my makeup and I put this on. And this is by Tropic. For those of you that don't know, I'm a massive fan of Tropic, huge advocate of Tropic. Tropic is a UK brand, and it's all toxic free, cleans, no parabens, no crap. It's beautiful, pure, cruelty free, vegan skincare. Amazing. You need to go check it out. So this is a product they have produced called Elixir. Now this is like having omega shots, but for your skin. So I give my kids cod liver oil. This is for the skin. You put it topically on your skin, but it's like having omega shots. So this is what's in it. It's got rosehip, it's got omega fatty acids 3, 6 and 9. It's got vitamin E. Did I mention rosehip? It's beautiful. So what happens for me when I put this on the skin and my skin is raging, it just soothes the skin. I honestly feel the skin kind of go, it just makes the world a difference when I'm having a flare-up. And when I wake up the next morning, my skin feels much more in balance. So when I'm having a flare-up, this is my go-to, Elixir by Tropic, and it's beautiful. It just soothes the skin. It's got some beautiful stuff, some beautiful ingredients in there just to take down that sort of inflammation. I'll put the links below, actually. I'll put the link to Elixir. You can go check it out and read the reviews for yourself. But this is my go-to when I actually have a flare-up. When my skin's fine, I tend not to use it so much, but when I'm having a flare-up, this is what I use. Now, then day to day, what I use to help rebalance my skin and to improve the texture of my skin is another Tropic product called Super Greens. This is like a miracle in a bottle. I can't even tell you how amazing this stuff is. And again, I'll put the link, just read the reviews, because seriously, it's just mind-blowing. So this has chlorophyll in it. So it smells pretty funky. It smells like... it's green. Can you see how green it is? It smells like a green smoothie, and I suppose it is in a way. Obviously, you're not going to drink it, you're going to put it on your skin, right? But it has chlorophyll, it has kale and broccoli seed extract, it has green coffee, and most importantly, it has a beautiful healing oil called tamanu, which comes from the tropics. And has been proven, lots of studies proven to kind of heal the skin. So here's what I notice when I use this, and I put this on at bedtime just before I go to bed, and I'll put a little bit under my makeup first thing in the morning. Rosacea makes my pores open, it dehydrates my skin, and this does the opposite. It balances the skin again, it closes the pores. So in the morning, I notice that the whole texture of my skin looks flawless when I use this. Blown away when I started using it, and I've got up in the morning and I just looked in the mirror and I just thought, oh my god, it took down all the reddening, it just closed all the pores again. Amazing, honestly. Yeah, it's just an amazing product. I love it. I couldn't live without it now. So for just keeping your skin in balance, for sort of for healing your skin, for repairing your skin, Super Greens is bloody amazing. So these are just 2 things that I use. So I'm using my probiotics, and then I use these 2 products, one when I'm having a flare-up and the other one daily, just to kind of keep my skin repaired and in balance, to keep it looking flawless. Now today my skin is fine. I've got a few bumps over here, but on the whole I'm having a good week at the moment. I didn't record this video a couple of weeks ago because I wasn't in a good place, and I don't like recording videos when I'm not feeling my best. So I'm okay at the moment, but these 3 things have helped me when I do have a flare up and when I want to keep my skin sort of balanced going forward. These are 3 things that I use. So I'm going to put the links to these 2 products. Go check out the reviews, go check them out. Pass this on to someone that you know might need to hear this. But 3 tips to help you. And let me know, do you suffer with rosacea? Are you a rosacea sufferer? Do you have maybe adult acne or psoriasis or eczema? I'd love to know in the comments below. Make sure you put, if you're on Facebook, put a comment below, or if you're on YouTube, put a comment. I'll be sure to read it and drop you a reply. Let me know how it makes you feel, or if you found something that really helps you to manage your skin condition, because it can be really difficult to live with a skin condition, and it's just good to share our tips and advice so that we can all help each other. Now I hope this video has served you. I genuinely do, because this has been quite difficult actually for me to share, because I have never publicly shared that I've suffered with rosacea for the last 20 years. So I'm hoping by sharing this it will benefit you, and as I say, pass this on to anyone that you know needs to hear this message. So lots of love and blessings to you, and I'll catch you again very soon in another video. Take care. Bye.